how I built a 10 out of 10 physique where I'm able to feel confident, able to roam anywhere with my shirt off. I'm able to wash my car at the car wash with my shirt off and just feel like the best version of myself and more healthier. Now, I always didn't used to look like this. I remember in college where I gained a whole bunch of, I wouldn't really say muscle, but I was kind of fat, but I was still bulky a little bit. And I'll show you a picture of how I used to look like. I mean, you can see the muscles there, but you can tell in my face where it's like fucking bloated. But the reason that was occurring because of my habits, and I usually try to tell everybody this, but your habits are very important. My habits that I had were the habits that I don't recommend anybody doing, but drinking, smoking, vaping. And I had a good diet because I was in college playing football, but outside of football, I was just being a degenerate, going to parties, chasing short-term pleasures and stuff. But after I left college, I decided to go on a protocol where I'm going to just lock the fuck in. I'm going to get in shape. I'm just going to change my whole identity and just come back unrecognizable. Now, I went on this protocol for 9 months, and I'll show y'all a little transformation of what I used to look like and after. And after that, I never felt so stronger. And I was just doing calisthenics for that straight my 9 months. I was just doing it. Calisthenics for straight 9 months. Then after that, I went back into the weight room. And bro, I kid you not, I never felt so much stronger. And I guess that's just because when you focus on your body weight, if you can master your body weight, then it's going to make the weights feel 10 times lighter. And I remember in college where we used to do weighted pull-ups and stuff. And we used to do that for like 8 times at least. And it was all right. I was really pushing myself in college. But if I was to try to do pull-ups without the weight, it's like I can barely even pull up my weight. I couldn't even really do 10 pull-ups straight, like back to back. But now I can do like 25 pull-ups, which is fucking incredible. Like some people can't even pull up their own body weight. But for me to able to do like 20 pull-ups just straight like that, that's pretty fucking strong. But yeah, I did that for 9 months of calisthenics, which is like, if I can remember my workout, I was doing push-ups, pull-ups, dips. I was doing some abs, and I was also running like a mile a day, every day. Never missed a day within those 9 months. And yeah, that was the 9-month protocol that I did. And don't mind, I'm looking off. I got a whole bunch of notes that I'm going off of right now. But after I followed that process, I went through this 3-stage process, which is number 1 is resetting your mind. Now, y'all may be like, oh yeah, here we go with mindset and stuff. But I used to think the same thing, like, okay, what does mindset have to do with me trying to look my best self, be the best version of myself? But it actually has to do with a lot. Because if you just go trying to straight into this, trying to get in shape, this and that, you're not going to last long. I promise you, you're not going to stick to a certain plan that you're given. It's really good to start off with mindset because it's going to help in the long run. When it's going to be times where you feel like you want to quit, you don't want to show up on certain days, it's going to bring you to why you started. And that's another reason is finding your why. That's including with stage 1. Finding your why and why you want to get in shape. Now, a lot of my clients that I'm working with, we go through this phase where it's reset. I ask them what their why is. And truly, like, why do you want to get in shape? Because I believe in, like, if you don't have a reason why you want to get in shape, then there's no reason for you to stay consistent. Now, a lot of people, they will say, oh, yeah, you don't need a why, this and that. But I truly believe that you need a why. And another thing is finding the habits that's holding you back. I had to reevaluate myself on what's stopping me from becoming the best version of myself. And that was, okay, it was drinking. I was partying all night, hanging with degenerate friends, and smoking weed, which is fucking bad for you. Kills your fucking brain cells. I was vaping as well. Mostly those three things: the smoking, weed, drinking, vaping. And another reason what my why was to, obviously I'm young, I want to attract a whole bunch of women, which I wouldn't really recommend anybody making that as their why or their goal of why they want to get in shape, because once you get in shape, women, it's going to come. I promise you, when you build a physique, not even a 10 out of 10 physique, a mid physique, it's going to attract women. And once you start attracting women, you kind of get tired of it. You know how you eat so much of the same food, you kind of get tired of it. It's the same thing with women. So I have to kind of like deep thinker of why I wanted to get in shape. And it was because I wanted to feel respected. Whenever I walked in the room, I wouldn't really be that little guy of somebody that they can just push around and stuff. And whenever I do have kids, I do want my kids to look up to me and be like, yeah, man, that's my dad. Like, look at him, look how big he is, look how strong he is. And just being there for my kids their whole childhood, where I can be able to just run around with them, play with them at the park and stuff. And when you think like that, it really brings a deeper meaning, because we're bringing kids into this world and we want to give them the best life that they can live. When you have that mindset, you have days you don't want to show up. And then you're going to think about, okay, I got to think about my future kids, or kids that I already do have, or the family I'm trying to build and the man that I'm trying to become. You're going to show up. I guarantee you're going to show up, because you don't want to be that. You don't want to be a deadbeat dad. I don't think nobody wants to be a deadbeat dad, especially if you're watching this video. Number 2 is having a structured plan. Now, one thing my mentor told me is, if you're not tracking, you're slacking. And most people, they go in blindfolded when trying to get in shape. They think, okay, give me the meal plan, give me the workout plan, and just send me along my day. But if you think like that, you're not going to stay consistent. You're not going to get in shape. You're not going to be in shape long term. Because if you really think about it, think about a football team. Do they go in, play an opponent without studying them, watching film on them, or just preparing to execute defeating this team? Because there's going to be roadblocks where you have to spend time with your family, you have to take care of your kids, or you have work, or you're trying to build a business on the side. This is obstacles that I've been through, where I'm working a 9-to-5 job. I'm working on my business and building it up. I'm trying to have time to still spend time with family, and also I'm already in shape, but this maintaining, staying in shape, that's a lot of shit that a lot of people don't think about. And just for you to think, okay, just give me the meal plan, give me the workout plan, without thinking, okay, I need to plan for this. Because most people, they have everything they need. They have everything they need, but they're not consistent. And if you're not consistent, you're not going to get results. I promise you, you're not. And what I recommend anybody doing is start planning out your day of what time you're going to wake up, what time you're going to work out, what time you go to work, get off of work, what time are you going to work out. This is stuff I have my clients do and I help them do. And when you have a structured plan, you have no other option to stick to it. If you have something that's on your schedule, okay, I'm going to go to work at this time, you're not going to miss work. If you have a scheduled time that you're going to work out, you're not going to miss that time, because that's probably going to be the only time you're going to be able to work out. Or if you just miss the fucking day, just be a fucking piece of shit. Don't be that. I'm not very hard on my clients, but if you don't show up to a workout, I'm gonna be on your ass, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I know some of y'all are watching this too. And some of y'all are probably laughing because y'all know I do get on your ass. And the final stage that I would say I've go through is staying sane. There's gonna be a point of time where you're gonna be in shape like me. You're gonna have a 10 out of 10 physique like me. But there's a point where even now, as I'm recording this video, I feel like I got complacent. Where I have the 10 out of 10 physique, I'm able to walk around, feel confident, get respected, women that's gonna come. You're just living life, but there's gonna be sometimes you would get complacent. And now that I feel like I got complacent, I'm literally going back to like the old routine, that waking up 5 in the morning, working out, working on the business and stuff. Like, I'm literally going, like, every time I feel like I'm getting complacent, I go back to the old habits. I'm always going back to the old version of myself, which I'm not saying that after I got in shape, that shit kind of cut out. But as you move on, there's more stuff that you need to focus on and stuff. But going back to the old habits and just remembering your why. And that is going to wrap up today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all took some notes and found some of the stuff I was saying valuable. And if y'all are interested in working with me one-on-one, DM me ready on Instagram. First link below. And if y'all have any questions or anything, just feel free to DM me on Instagram. I'm always open to answer any questions and help point y'all in the right direction. Goodbye.